Dear brethren, as we are approaching now to start our final pilgrimage in this Lenten season towards our Holy Week, we contemplate what the Lord has to say today. Israel, they were constantly complaining. Constantly. And they were in the desert with Moses. Poor Moses. They were always complaining. Always putting him to test. And Moses was patient with them because he was united to the Lord. So, this is also our condition. Why? Because we come from God, but our nature is fallen. So, we live in the old man or the old woman. And we have to be transformed in the new man, the new humanity, Christ. And this is painful. This is painful. So we have a choice to make, whether we complain or whether we obey. Now, the Lord knows that this is hard. And actually, his path was the hardest because he's telling us that in order to transform ourselves, or to be transformed, better to say, to be transformed by him, we have to follow his path. And his path is his cross. And that's why he's talking about his cross both in the first reading, foresight of it, and in the gospel. He is telling us that when you lift up the Son of Man, then you will realize that I am. Now, he probably scandalized a lot of his people when he was saying that, because I am was a name reserved for God. Yahweh means I am. I am the one who is. And Jesus, in solemn occasions in the Gospels, refers to himself as I am. So Jesus is telling us that he is God. And that should probably have been a scandal to the people, because they never expected that God was going to be with them. Although, as you know, the other name for God, even in the Old Testament, was not only I am who I am, but I am with you. And remember, when some of the people that were chosen by God would complain saying, Lord, I can't do what you're asking me to do. What did the Lord say? Remember, don't be afraid. I am with you. So another name for God, I am with you. And this is what Christ is trying to tell us today. Even though it is painful to go from the condition of the old man to the condition of the new man, follower of Christ, even if our nature tends to complain and argue, the only way is to hold on to Christ and to say, Lord, I will obey instead of complaining. I will obey you. And I will go with you as you are with me, and I will let yourself transform me through your holy cross. So, my dear brothers and sisters, we're about to face our Holy Week, and we have this opportunity to kneel before the cross and to ask the Lord, Lord, my nature is forcing me sometimes to complain and rebel, but you are asking me to obey you and to kiss my cross. Remember that beautiful scene in the Passion of the Christ movie when the Lord, played by Jim Caviezel, he kisses his cross when he receives it. And the other two thieves are angry at him. What are you doing? You're a fool. Why are you kissing your cross? Because he knew that the cross was the means for redemption, the means to open those doors for us to be new men and women of the kingdom. So today, let us ask the Lord that we, as he did, will obey